Hello, and welcome to the inaugural episode of FourFourSHU Xtra.
Yeah.
This is sort of a test run of it. Basically, it's the same people as FourFourSHU, but we're going to be talking about everything other than football, pretty much. So for the first episode, I have got in the studio with me Charlie.
Hello.
How are you, Charlie?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good.
So this episode, we're going to talk about obviously the BRIT Awards are coming up next
BRIT
month,
Awards.
end of next month. Going to talk about music in general, maybe a bit of film chat.
Anything really.
Yeah, just getting chatting in a way. So we'll start with the BRIT Awards.
That's normally, what is it, February?
February, March time, like late Feb, early March. Are you excited for this year?
Right. The thing is with the BRIT Awards, I think it's fallen off so much.
I agree
recently.
with you there.
I mean, if you look at, in the past, it was good in when we were younger, so from 2010 onwards.
Yeah.
Let's say, born in 2002, 2001, so yeah. When we were
2002.
Yeah, well, okay, our age group's 2001, 2002.
Okay.
I remember having the BRIT Awards on, when you were 8 or 9. It was always, it was always quite good. I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan of it. If I have it on, it's on. Most recent years, I've not really bothered that much.
Yeah.
I think, like everything, it has changed and times have moved on. So, it's got to adapt to change.
Yeah. Well, what do you think it is that makes it better? Is it purely nostalgia, or do you think there's a real reasoning behind the BRIT Awards properly their downfall?
There's an element of that. I feel like nostalgia is always going to be there because when you look back on things, you're like, oh, this is really nostalgic. Again, it's, music's always on the change. There's always a period of time where you look back in 2007, 8, 9, a lot of the indie bands were coming through. For example, the Arctic Monkeys were massive then.
Yeah, Arcade Fire.
Yeah, like the
Kaiser Chiefs, all
that. So Kasabian, etc.
The Verve.
Now, the Verve. And I feel like now it's kind of music has changed
definitely
as a whole, and you're seeing a lot more, rap come in. A lot more.
Brits has gone very rap based. I feel it started like Stormzy, Dave. Do you remember that year Dave won pretty much everything? 2016, 17. Dave was not everything he was nominated for. He won, and it was like my dad didn't know who he was. He was asking me, who's this Dave fella?
And that's the thing as well. Even going off the Brits, a little bit. It's when you have Glastonbury on, you've got your.
It's the BBC, really, isn't it? BBC Music really cater towards grime, rap.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Garage.
And I feel like, with Glastonbury especially, you have your, well-known artists, musicians. They'll have a slot on Glastonbury on a pyramid stage like that.
Of course.
That's fair. But again, someone like Fred again. For our generation, he's become really popular in the past. Since lockdown, really, I feel like he's really, really.
Oh yeah, I'd agree there. Definitely last year or two.
Yeah, definitely, and he's grown massively. And my parents are like, oh, who's Fred again? It's almost like, and he's there performing to thousands of people in a crowd and people enjoying him. But then I guess going back to the point I made, music's ever evolving.
Ever evolving, yeah.
There's always going to be change. There's always going to be periods of time where different genres are coming through. But going back to the Brits, it has fallen off. I mean, I feel like they've policed it almost in a certain way as well. You don't see people drink too much, and I get that from an audience's point of view. You don't necessarily, especially when you have kids, you don't necessarily want them to be, providing the wrong image to you. Well,
I was going to say about that, Jack Whitehall said the BRIT Awards was the hardest gig for him to do because everyone's drinking.
Yeah.
All of the tables, they're all having their own conversations, and you've got to go in and be like, "Hi, Harry Styles, how are you?" And he's trying to talk to his sister or producer or whoever, and they're all on the piss. and it's a really difficult job. It reminds me back to, you know, when Sharon and Kelly Osbourne presented the Brit Awards, and obviously Sharon was just pissed up the whole time. Like, again, it's just sort of... It's of its time. It wasn't amazing.
No, and I get what you mean, and I feel like they've had to clean it up because it's not a good image. Like, when you're seeing someone absolutely hammered on stage, either if it's, you know, drink, drugs, I don't know if they... You know, drugs are a massive thing there, I don't know, but mainly the booze, obviously, you see it on the tables in the big champagne buckets. Obviously, I've had to cut down that a little bit, and I understand that, but in terms of... I understand it both ways. One, it's entertainment, but secondly, when you're showing your kid, do you really want to, you know, watch someone absolutely shit-faced?
When we watched the Brit Awards when we were younger, they were all shit-faced. Did you really, like...
No, I get...
I
get it, but I guess it depends, you know.
Yeah.
And this is another thing as well, like... You know, I don't know if I would stay up for the whole...
Really?
You know, course, because what time's it on till?
It's not until late.
I don't know, I feel like...
And there's always the last performance I always feel is one of the better ones of the night.
I don't know.
So and they also have Album of the Year as the last category, which I always like. So that's the main event.
Now, I get again another kind of aspect to its downfall could be how, again, the charts has dramatically changed from, you know,
I agree,
not being record sales to downloads.
Yeah.
And I think the charts has gone massively downhill as well.
Oh, yeah.
No,
charts is crap.
Like, even I think music as a whole, like, you know, now everyone's on their phones. You know, they load up Spotify.
You can listen to stuff.
I can get every single song I needed to. That obviously decreases the sale of CDs. No one
buys CDs.
No one buys a CD now. And I was talking to my parents, and they were saying, it was always great to get a nice record.
Yeah.
You know, the excitement of having a record, having a player. Yeah.
It meant you got to listen to music. It was a way it's where you listen to music, because you couldn't go on flipping Spotify, listen to a snippet, go, yeah, that's good, I'll buy that. You had to buy you had to buy it, and if you liked it, you kept it. If you didn't, you'd maybe flog it off to one of your mates.
Maybe, but then I guess you would know what's on the record because obviously you listen to the
radio and stuff. But I mean, like, in terms of a new band that everyone's getting into, but like for maybe a alternative band that aren't on the radio, but everyone really likes them, you've got to go out and buy their record, and then you've got to listen to the main songs, you've got to listen to the B-sides.
Don't get me wrong.
Make your opinion.
I think, you know, vinyl, you look at vinyl and it's been on the rise past, let's say, 5 years, maybe less.
2017, I'd say it came back into fashion.
Yeah, so now, you know, you go on HMV, which again, HMV. You know, there's not many HMVs around now.
Not really, no.
Like, that's another...
I love a HMV as well.
And that's another thing as well. Like, you know, these shops are kind of... you know, the impact of everything going digital is kind of impacting the business model of someone like HMV, because, you know, you'd go to HMV, you know, back in the day, you would buy a CD, you'd buy vinyls, and now everyone's like, well, what's the point in me spending money on a vinyl when I can pay, you know, X amount for Spotify?
I was going to say, I do, so you know me, I like a record, a proper actual physical vinyl. I got free for Christmas, but I do sometimes question it. I'm like, I could just listen to this, well, not for free, but for a monthly subscription on Spotify. But it's just, it's the novelty of it. It sounds much clearer. Obviously, you can get 12-inch, if you go back in time, you can get 12-inch versions. It's much prettier, like artwork. Again, artwork for album covers. Since it went to CDs, really, but mainly when it went to just digital, absolute crap.
No, I
on
agree.
A record, you'd get beautiful artwork on the front. Inside, you might get some more artwork on the actual print.
Vinyl.
Yeah. And then, nowadays, it used to just be black, but nowadays, you can get different coloured vinyls with different patterns on. You get a little song sheet inside with all of the lyrics in certain ones. Sometimes you get a poster.
And that's what I was going to say to you. You know, when you said a record sounds better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Because your ear naturally adapts to, I think, analog, isn't it? And records play in analog. So let's say you will have a song playing. Obviously, it depends on the genre and stuff. Like,
yeah, of course.
If you have a song playing, I don't know what song. It's just a generic song.
Yeah.
It will probably sound better on vinyl than it will if you're playing it for your phone, because of how. And for me, something I like is a little crackle the record as well. Like that sounds.
If you
good.
play a record however many times, you get a bit of crackle, and that's really cool. Like I remember, if I put on an old record, one of my dad's old records, stick it on, and you hear a little.
Yeah, obviously that's dust in the thing, but no, yeah, I guess records coming back. I don't know if CDs will, maybe eventually, but again, it's like what cars now.
Right, with CDs. So with records, again, you say they're in analog, they sound great.
Yeah.
CDs sound worse than digital music in my
opinion. I agree, especially
they're the worst way. They're the worst way to listen to music. So I don't know if they will. Or the worst is tapes.
Yeah.
And I remember,
cassette.
Cassette tapes. Flipping heck. They made a small comeback. I remember the 1975. They released it on. They released it digitally, vinyl, CD, and tape.
They released it on tape.
Yeah, and my girlfriend at the time obviously was a massive 1975 fan, and she paid £8 for a cassette tape of this album, and I was like, "You don't have a tape player. How are you going to play that?" And she was like, "Dunno." And I was like, "So you've just basically spunked £8 down the drain."
No, really. I don't even know if they still.
I do sell tape. Low key, I do want a tape player, just for the novelty of it. You know what I mean? Like a little Walkman. I don't know if I'd ever use it, but I do want. I had a look on Amazon, but they were like quite spenny for what they are.
Well, they don't make them now. So
exactly.
You used to have your cars, and they used to have tape decks. Now, cars don't have CD players.
No, I know. It's crazy that they don't.
Everyone relies on, plugging this thing.
CarPlay,
Android Auto, whatever you want to call it, you know. And you just plug in your phone. Or, ultimately, you just put the radio on. And I like a bit of radio myself.
Yeah, I don't mind the radio.
And again, radio is always going to be,
It'll always be about.
No, mate, honestly, radio is still massively popular. And you would be surprised.
No.
Like we had a lecture about it, because obviously I do radio journalism.
Yeah.
And I was saying like radio is like still massive. Like
I can imagine that.
Well, think about it. You go in your car.
My mum and dad still listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Individually.
I have radios at home.
Yeah.
I smart speakers as well. Like they've, incorporated
radio,
digital radio. Obviously, you need Wi-Fi for it, but like in terms of your actual radio set. Yeah. We have some. I don't obviously have none now because I don't really have a.
But we have like at home, for example, on your Google Home, we play the radio in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But obviously, that's streamed through Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
Like.
But it's still the radio.
No. I get it's still the radio, but I'm talking about in terms of an actual like radio set with like the aerial sticking up.
Oh yeah.
We have a couple at home. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think my dad has an old one, and he probably has it in his bathroom.
Yeah, we have one in our bathroom.
Yeah.
But no, radio is always it's always going to be there. It's always going to be popular.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's how people listen to music, I guess, when they're on the go. Not everyone's going to want to pay.
It's sustainable as well because obviously it's free, but they have adverts. And that's how it runs.
Well, yeah,
and the licensing.
No, but you don't need a license fee. You don't need to pay a TV license for the radio.
Well, no, I guess with BBC, their radio stations, they don't have advertising. But I was thinking like Capital, Radio X.
Yeah,
XS.
But what I'm saying is though, if you decided that you don't want to watch any TV, the TV license doesn't include radio. Like you can still access it because how they meant to. This is what I'm saying. How they meant to police it?
They don't police TV licenses.
Well, they do.
Well, they do, but they don't. You know how it is.
No, they do. But it's not well enough.
I know what you mean.
Because there's plenty of people who don't pay their TV licenses. Hopefully, it's none of you. I'll be looking.
I've just realised we've got completely off track. We were on about the BRIT Awards.
No, it doesn't matter. Anything can roll in here.
Of course, yeah. I know it's general chat, but have you seen the nominees for the 2024 BRIT Awards?
No, to be honest, I didn't even know.
They got announced today, I believe.
Okay.
Day of recording, which, by the way, for everyone at home, today is the 25th of Jan. I don't know when this will be going out. Probably sometime next week, but. Okay, do you want me to read them to you?
Yeah, go on. I'll see who I know, funny enough, because I don't even know if I would know any of them.
So, we'll go with Song of the Year.
Oh, God.
Okay, we'll start with that. Nominees are Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding, Miracle. I didn't know Ellie Goulding still made music.
No, it's a good. No,
I thought she fell off in 10 years ago.
It's a good song. That song, I know the song.
Casso with a little. They always got a little dance of it. Ray, who I've heard of. D Block Europe, Prada. Oh, okay. So Casso's the radio. I know that tune. I'm a
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, you know what?
That's a tune I do quite like. I don't like D Block Europe, but I like that song.
See, this is a conversation I had with my brother because he said, "Oh, do you want to go and see D Block Europe live? D Block Europe, sorry, live."
Yeah.
I said, "No, I'm not the biggest fan of them,
No,
but
I don't like them.
I do actually like that song."
I like that song. I mean, I prefer the Ray part where she goes,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah. Central C, Let Go. Was that from this year? I thought that was 2022.
I don't know what song here.
It's basically, so you know that song Let Her Go from it was from 2013. Only see the light when it's burning low.
Yeah,
He did a version.
that's another thing I want to talk about. There's
Sampling.
there's a lot of sampling going on
yeah.
at the moment. Do you know who's really big for it? David Guetta is honestly.
DJs always sample though, to be
No,
fair.
but there's been a shift in older music being transformed into new music.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj has done it.
That-
David Guetta's done it.
Are you on about that David Guetta where he did that? I'm Blue, WD, Yeah, he did that. Obviously.
There's been loads.
And it's
recently.
cool. Like it's all right. Like I remember Christina Aguilera and Pitbull. They had a song called "Feel This Moment," and the drop in it is video killed the video killed the radio star,
Yeah,
which is like from 1985.
that's a great song, by the way.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. And then Dave and Central C with Sprinter, which is quite good. It's all right.
I don't
mean,
think
but
I've
again,
ever heard it, to be honest.
Again, it's UK rap, UK
Yeah.
drill. They have a song called UK rap. They have an album together, I believe. And yeah. So Central C nominated twice. Dua Lipa with Dance the Night Away, which is obviously from the Barbie film.
Yeah. And
Which,
you know what?
right.
That's a great song.
See, it fits right. It's a song. It fits the film very well. Obviously, you've not seen the film, but I have. It fits in very well. It's poppy. It's generic pop. It goes with Barbie.
Yeah, definitely.
As a standalone song, not my cup
I
of
think
tea.
Dua Lipa's really good.
I think Dua
she's very
Lipa. No, I think Dua Lipa's extremely talented. Her first album was fantastic, with like that tune that's like "Moi," blow your mind, moi. You know, like
Imagine moi.
no, blow your mind. Brackets moi in it.
Okay,
Tonight I'm alive.
yeah.
And that tune, I could be the one. I could be the one.
Are you turning this into karaoke? Do you want me to
Yeah.
put out a few lines?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, what's
yeah.
else is on the list?
Ed Sheeran, Eyes Closed. Eyes Closed.
Well, the thing is, Ed Sheeran, right?
Don't know that one.
I do like Ed Sheeran, but I feel like he's fallen off a little bit.
Definitely.
Like his older music is so much better. When he was country,
he's so radio though. His new tunes, have you noticed? Like,
well, he still is country, I get. But like when he was
acoustic. You okay?
No, I pulled something.
From doing what? From sitting there?
I don't know, I felt something go like ping in my arm. Oh shit. And I go back on it. Yeah, I like Ed Sheeran. I think he's good. I like his old stuff.
You like his like what's he like? Yeah, like his album X and Divide, Multiply and Divide.
Yeah. I
Divide
like
was his last album.
18.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
like old school.
Yeah. I like his old school stuff.
Divide was the last album I listened to by him. Are you okay?
It's gonna get.
And then he started doing
So
like he started doing tunes with Stormzy and that, and I was like, "What are you doing?
Oh,
you're from Ipswich.
you're
You're a ginger lad from Ipswich. He plays guitar. Why are you rapping?"
Nah, I get the crossover.
Right. Obviously, he did rap with like Example and that. Obviously, back in the day, yeah, Nando's rap. But like, I don't know. It's just a bit. Also, one thing about Ed Sheeran, I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah.
I notice he loves singing about a bottle of wine. He's always like, 2 girls by my side, a couple bottles of wine.
Maybe he likes his wine.
I drink red wine in the evening. Do. He was good in Yesterday, but he was in it a lot, and he always raps about. And he was singing about fucking wine then, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
J Hus featuring Drake. Who Told You? I feel like these are like Louise tunes. I feel like she listens to all these.
Yeah,
artists. Sorry for listening, Louise, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I've just fell off.
Yeah, I fell off.
I don't know.
No, I definitely fell off because
I don't know what that tune is.
I'm very. My
like
music
Drake.
taste is
Drake
very. Do you know what? I'm
Obviously,
really
you like techno and.
No,
what
but
have
it's
you.
not even just tech. I like a bit of heavy techno. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
Depends on my
obviously.
situation. But I do like really old. Like
Yeah.
for me, I like Chasing Status, but I only like their old stuff.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of their new stuff at all.
Really?
Oh,
Have they fell off?
I wouldn't say fallen off.
There's
They've just
certain
gone to a
bands like that,
different
like-
style. It's
Again,
like,
the Kaiser Chiefs, their old stuff is fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything like post,
2010.
yeah, is a bit.
Actually, 2012, I'd say.
2012. I was thinking 2012.
The only exception to that is Coldplay.
Coldplay know how to adapt their sound though. They had their rise again, in my opinion.
No, I get
There was sort of a middle part where they didn't know what they were doing.
They were very good in the 2012 era.
Yeah, so they were great early noughties. First 3 albums, then they fell off a bit. They got a new producer, right? And the new producer, he sang. I don't know if you know this, right? I read it. I was watching a YouTube video about Coldplay. 'Cause, I'm so excited. And
what time in the morning was this, by the way? It's got to be late.
It was late, yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, this manager-producer came in. He sent Chris Martin. He literally fucked him off for 3 months. Sent him on holiday for 3 months, and he got the other members of the band. You know, the ones that you don't know the names of.
Yeah.
I know Will Champion is the drummer. Don't know why. And the guitarist and the bassist and that. And he was like, right, what can you guys do?
Yeah.
He sort of got them to do the music.
No, I get that.
Which I like that approach, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Coldplay are massive, aren't they? I mean,
yeah.
But they're just they got timeless classics, and they always will be. Like Viva La Vida will always be a classic.
Oh, always. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing.
Yes.
Yeah. I got it right this time.
Yeah, you got it right this time.
Kenya Grace with a song called Strangers. What's that?
Yeah,
Don't know.
I'm sorry for everyone that's going to watch this.
I was going to say, everyone's like, "Wow,
Jesus Christ!"
We don't listen to chart. We don't listen to top 40 malarkey. Lewis Capaldi, "Wish You the Best." I thought he was still on a break. I didn't know he released a song this year.
Yeah.
Wish You the Best. Right, I know this tune. Pink Pantheress with "Boys a Liar." That's the Boys a Liar.
Yeah. TikTok.
Again.
Oh.
Are we both going to speak about how
okay.
TikTok affects the charts? Is that what you're talking
Right.
about?
If I go on the charts now, there'll be songs that are really, really old because of TikTok.
Sophie Ellis-Bextor will probably be back in the charts because of TikTok at the minute, because of Saltburn. But I remember I started seeing this late 2019, early 2020, lockdown. Savage Love by Jason Derulo. Would that song have been so big if it wasn't a trend on TikTok?
As well.
Kate Bush, yeah, she came. Well, that was from Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things and TikTok.
But combination.
Yeah.
Media affects the charts pretty much.
Of course it does. Not record sales anymore.
Not record sales, no.
Well, actually, it could affect record sales.
It will affect the charts. It's sort of like Christmas affects the charts, though, doesn't it? Christmas songs come back into the charts.
Joe McElderry.
Rage Against the Machine. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Well, there's always Christmas #1, and again, it's like.
Yeah. That's not even a big deal anymore, is it? Because it's always an old Christmas song.
When it was always X Factor winners.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Sorry for swearing.
Oh no, we can swear on here. I don't care about it.
And that's a thing.
I've been swearing on here.
The turning point of the X Factor #1s.
Yeah.
As winners came from that time where Joe McElderry
lost out to Rage Against the
Machine because someone set up a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Louis Walsh after. He was like, "Yep, they're definitely going to get Christmas #1. They're going to make millions or whatever." He said something like that. I can't remember what he said.
Was Joe McElderry with Louis Walsh that year? I think he might have been.
Oh no, you said this song's going to go worldwide. It's going to be #1 for Christmas. And
he jinxed it. Yeah.
Someone obviously watched it and was like, "Nah, not again." And they set up a Facebook group and they're like, "What outrageous song can we put as Christmas #1?" And that's the thing with social media again affecting it.
Yeah.
All these people and
old social media. Granted, it wasn't as big, was it? It was 2009. Facebook was Facebook was early.
Yeah, it was early prime.
Early-ish.
But again, they put Rage Against the Machine as the Christmas #1, which is quite funny in a way because, again, it's like.
F you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah, it's that, and it's
I like it. It's very anti-establishment.
Realistically, they're not. If you don't like rock, you're not gonna like Rage Against the Machine necessarily, are you?
No.
And it's like, Jesus, this ear-bleeding piece.
I remember being I was in the car with my mum in 2009.
By the way, that's not ear-bleeding. It's actually a really good song.
I know, it's a great song.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
again. Radio 1, Top 40, Friday night, or whatever it was. Was it Friday night at the time? Might have been. Anywho. Yeah. Number 2 is Joe McElderry with The Climb.
Yeah.
A cover of a Miley Cyrus song. Bit weird, but whatever. And then, number 1. And they just sort of played a snippet of it. It was very, censored. You know what I mean? I remember asking my mum, what's going on? And she was like, dunno. I don't think she knew at the time, but
No,
can't
I mean
remember.
and that's the thing, right? If I look at and this is the thing on Spotify, it's like, well, are the charts? In fact, I might just go to the charts website instead of using Spotify.
yeah.
I'm gonna have a look, see what's on there.
Just
UK top 40.
okay. So moving on. Anyway, all of the Oh, you were on about the charts, weren't you? Sorry.
Yeah, I was. Sorry. Yeah. So I just looked through the charts, the actual,
Mm.
because this is the thing with Spotify. It's like, well, it doesn't really give you a great indication
No.
as to, because that's the thing with Spotify. It's like, I think it's done how many downloads on Spotify, but it doesn't really
Yeah.
take into account, people use Apple Music,
Yeah, of course.
and not everyone has Spotify.
No.
So I've looked on but the thing is, the UK, the actual website, what does that take into account? Everything.
Sort of, but also not, because obviously, like again, if I have my playlist, right? My playlists, I just shuffle through them, and some of them are songs from a few years ago. Like, I don't know how it really works. I honestly don't understand how it works anymore. I used to.
don't.
Like, it used to be simple.
Well,
but
record sales, simple.
exactly.
How many records been sold?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
But now you don't know.
yeah, and that's the thing. Again, I was thinking Top of the Pops is a good thing to talk about.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Top of the Pops.
I just want to briefly say, like, actually,
Uh-huh.
Obviously, it was massive, like
Yeah.
absolutely massive back in
Yeah.
the day. Like, my mum said she used to apply for tickets
yeah.
weekly.
Yeah.
She never got them,
No.
but like she obviously wanted to go because it was, that was how you. That was basically
How you found.
how you
what
knew
was
about
in-
music.
Yeah.
Was
gonna
watching
say.
Top, and I know now they've actually started to not bring it back, and I think they should bring it back.
They should. I don't know how they do it.
I reckon
though.
they will, because there's a lot of.
They used
have
to
you
have
ever
it
seen?
at Christmas.
No, have
but-
you ever seen BBC Four on a Friday night? All they play is Top of the Pops.
Yeah, they use like. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they
run
obviously
of the
they cut out the Jimmy Savile stuff because he used to be quite
Yeah, of course.
popular on that, as a presenter. But
Yeah. He was on
Obviously-
the last episode of Top of the Pops,
yeah,
wasn't he?
he did the outro,
Yeah.
and they can't show that really anymore
Nope.
because, well, I don't really tell you why, but
Mm.
but
Do you agree with that? Because obviously, what he did was terrible. Do you agree with censoring people from history? Because he was a person. He was on Top of the Pops.
It's going a bit off topic, but I guess
Mm.
you're giving him airtime.
True.
And if you look at him, like, kids might think, he's a role model. He's really good at presenting, but actually what he did is really wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Now
right.
I get why they've not included him, but at the
Yeah,
same
of
time,
course.
it's like, well, he was a massive part of that.
Exactly.
But no,
Big
obviously,
figure.
you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
You condemn
We'll
everything
go.
he did.
Yeah.
and,
Anyway, sorry, we're backtracking there.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
to your original
Basically, yeah,
point.
I agree that he shouldn't be on there because of what he did
Yeah.
personally, and you can't.
Mhm.
You
What
can't
were we
condemn
saying about before that? Sorry, about the show in the reruns.
You can condemn it. Sorry.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
About you were on about them showing reruns on BBC Four
Yeah, they
Friday
do.
nights.
They do. And again, like I
Yeah.
said, without Jimmy Savile, but
Yeah, and bringing it back.
yeah, they show. All
I'd
kinds
love
of stuff.
it to come back, but I'd love something about music on TV, because on telly at the minute there's nothing on music, modern music, like stuff that's going on right now. Like MTV might show the charts, but it's just music videos. And music videos aren't a big thing anymore because you don't need to watch them.
No,
It's not
I
MTV. It's not Top of the Pops where they'll show it.
I
They
do
don't
like.
put much
I
effort
don't mind
in.
music videos. I feel like.
Do you not feel they've gone downhill?
Yeah, but it's like you have to kind of research. Like you
Yeah,
type in
yeah,
a song on YouTube. Some of them don't even have music videos.
Exactly.
It's just
exactly.
lyrics only.
Exactly. Some of them don't have
Well, it's
music videos.
production, innit?
Yeah.
It's money.
Exactly.
Like
And
If
they're
you're
not
gonna make a
willing
music
to
video,
go into it.
that's
Yeah.
dough.
It's like
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
you'll get that back for YouTube views and etc. But do people really have time making a music video when they
Exactly.
want to be releasing their own music?
Exactly.
I guess it's
You're delaying it for this
obviously
video.
it's on production, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
It's a shame.
music videos have gone downhill a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Again, like you were saying about Top of the Pops and Jimmy Savile, and yeah, that's
How have we brought up Jimmy Savile?
no, because he was
the
obviously
first
a big.
episode,
No, 'cause
lad.
he was a big part of that, and obviously
Yeah.
you said about removing him. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's fair. Like
Uh-huh.
what he did at the time was, well, at the time,
Yeah.
everyone was like, yeah, he's great. But
Yeah.
then he turned out to, be a disgusting man, and
Of course.
you can't justify that
No.
and
not
give
at
him
all.
airtime. So
No. I was gonna say, yeah, though. That's how, again, Top of the Pops, how you discovered new bands. Like, I remember Spandau Ballet on their first time on Top of the Pops. They all wore kilts. None of them are Scottish.
No.
They just wore kilts, right? Next day in school, when I was saying, everyone was like, "Oh, did you see that Scottish band on Top of the Pops?" It catches your attention, and it gets you talking.
This is another thing I was going to say. So you know the Fairy Tale of New York Christmas song.
Yeah.
They put a video of it on the telly. You know, that video of what's his name? He died, didn't he?
Oh, flipping.
Yeah.
Forgotten his name. The guy from the
Irish
Pogues.
guy.
From the Pogues.
Yeah.
Not Kirsty MacColl. That's the lady.
No.
What's his name?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So they played that song, the music video, on I can't remember what TV channel it was. I remember seeing this over Christmas, and you know, there's a word in that song which I'm not going to say the word.
Yeah, it's Shane. What's his last name?
Yeah,
Shane McGowan.
Yeah. So there's a word in that song. Everyone will probably know what word I'm on about. I'm not going to.
Rhymes with maggot in the song.
Yeah, I'm not going to obviously say the word.
Yeah.
But they bleep that out in the music video.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing as well. Like now, like that was kind of, I wouldn't say acceptable to say, but now because times have moved on, and you know, that's what I mean with music. Everyone's more inclusive, and that's another thing I want to talk about as well. Obviously, they bleep that out, but then on the other hand, you look at rap songs. Even there's not. I'm not just saying it's rap as a genre. There's a lot of other songs which use offensive language.
They'll be censored on the radio.
Yeah,
though.
obviously they'll be censored on the radio, but not for the average listener. Like, as in terms of like on Spotify.
Well, no, but on Spotify you can get Fairy Tale in New York, and it's not Spotify, and it's not censored. You can. You just gotta. Its top result will be the one with that word in it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's the thing though. Now there's like rap songs with, you know, racial language in.
Yeah, but again, if they're playing on MTV with the music video, they'll censor all.
Yeah,
the
no,
racial
I'm getting they'll censor it, but what I'm saying is on Spotify. Imagine you're a little kid and you're like,
well,
and you pick up that word and then you're thinking it's acceptable, but like, and that's another thing as well. I don't think that word should be used necessarily in rap songs, especially when there's all this, you know, people being racist and stuff. Oh yeah, you use it, doesn't really help, does it?
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what
you're really going to be there saying racial language in a song and then, like, not expecting people to sing along to it. Yeah, okay, the average person that's, you know, educated enough won't sing along to it, but, you know, little kids, they might start singing along to lyrics and not knowing what it means.
Yeah.
And I think that's really bad.
Yeah. One thing I found, because I used to, when I was like 14, 15, I used to listen to a lot of hip-hop, and I used to find the sexist language in it was astronomical. You know, call it, took a bitch to the club, this bitch on the table, I fucked this bitch. There's every other line. Every other line, yeah.
I agree there should be some form of... I get...
It was... Do you know what? It was really damaging on my young...
It is damaging.
Because my brain was still developing. It was really damaging for me.
And
it made me a bit sexy. I was like... And I had 16, 17, I had to snap out. I'd be like, what the fuck what am I... Like... And that's why I think some young lads now... Like, you find... blokes in general just call women just bitches just for no reason.
Yeah, I get that. And
what a bitch.
Sexism in music.
Sexism in music.
Racism in music as well.
Yeah, and racism in music.
And that's something that really should be looked into.
I agree.
Like, especially with all these like racism stories and people calling people whatever names. But like, if you're listening to that music, like as a young person, like you're gonna pick up them words.
Exactly. It's there's a word for it in psychology. Well, that you get used to it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
I can't remember.
But no, that's another thing as well. You got to look out for, like, especially most of them stuff in the charts are hip hop, and then you're playing it on the radio, and you know there's blankouts every second. It's like, well, you know, it's not even worth playing the song.
Going back to the Brit Awards, Kanye West 2015, all day. Half the song was censored.
That's the thing as well. They had to live censor it.
Yeah. So that was, and they didn't for the first one because they weren't expecting it.
No. So and that's the thing as well. Like when you're performing live, it's like you've either got to blank it out or fill in another word for that word.
Yeah.
So again, look, I'm not. At the end of the day, it's up to the artist what they want to produce.
Yeah.
But well, you know, sometimes you got to look at it and be like, well. Is there a need? It's like that. It's like the Jay-Z song and Kanye West.
Yeah,
you know,
Paris.
Paris.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need to call it that? Like, no,
Yeah, I know what
Why?
you mean. I get you, man.
And that's just gonna mess with people's heads, thinking it's acceptable, because they're gonna look at the image of Jay-Z and Kanye West, think, oh, they're well cool. I'm gonna start using that word because they're using it.
Yeah, it does happen.
Yeah, of course it does. And it does.
Yeah.
It does. You know, of course it's gonna play on people's heads. If you're constantly listening to an artist that, you know, likes to use sexist language, racial language, maybe the F word, not so much necessarily. I feel like that's quite popular in music as well, but obviously I've got to put the parental guidance sticker on.
Yeah.
You know, that's always been a thing. You know, people swear it, but I think there's obviously a difference between, you know, swearing
It's much
and
more
racial.
common now than I feel it was back in the day.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially
pop songs using it like it's nothing.
Yeah, pop songs, and it's obviously come down from like drill and like grime and rap. Like, I don't know. I think it's just one of them things that. The thing is, you can't police it.
We've been proper slagging off rap music this podcast, haven't we?
No, I wouldn't slagging it off, but like again, a knife crime and stuff. Like, you literally listen to drill songs where it's like, yeah, I shanked this person and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's gonna, and you're telling me that that's not linked to knife crime in London.
Exactly. Just saying though, back to Brit Awards, right? You don't have to comment on it if you don't want, but so last year, 2023, Harry Styles won everything that he was nominated for. Okay?
That does happen though.
It happens, but here is my issue.
Yeah.
When he won like Best UK Artist, right? He said, "Oh, thank you very much for this award. I really appreciate it. This is dedicated to," and then he listed by name, I think there were 4 female artists that were also nominated for the award, right? So he goes, this is for me, and it's for you guys as well. Personally, I think that's really belittling, right? At the end of the day, it says winner Harry Styles. It doesn't say winner Harry Styles and this person and this person and this person. It's an empty gesture, right? And it really pissed me off at the time. You've got a platform, right? You're Harry Styles. You're untouchable in the music scene, yeah?
Yeah.
You're top of the fucking chain. Accept your award, right? And then go, do you know what? It's such a shame that these 4 women are not accounted for in this award because we pander to the minority. There's so many female artists, especially has it been 2 years since they stopped doing it? 2 years, 3 years? I think 2.
Yeah, because obviously they have the gender neutral award now.
It's now gender neutral. All the awards are gender neutral, and it doesn't mean like it just means 1, smaller artists miss out, and 2, female artists miss out.
I wouldn't say they miss out.
They do. They don't get awards. They don't get awards for their
the thing is,
contribution.
Right,
Harry Styles is winning everything. Flipping this year, who'll win everything. This
I get
year.
what you mean though. Like they used to have the male and female, so I guess it limits the awards you get.
Exactly.
Like it basically taking one award away, aren't you?
Well, it's one award for every category as well. Don't forget, because it's international and it's UK, and then it was male and female for both. So 4 awards is now 2, and then, but obviously bands different, and they always had it gender neutral for like new artists as well, obviously, but there's less of them. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It irks me the way he went. This is for Jenny and Jade and whoever.
Well, it's not for you, but
and then they go, and then the crowd go, woo!
No, I guess you got to like.
You pricks fucking are
you've
the
got
ones.
to praise
You're
the
the
people
reasons
that are in the shortlist. I get that, but like I get what you mean as well. It's like
it's belittle. I'd be if I'm a female artist. I've been nominated for UK British Artist of the Year. Harry Styles wins because he's flipping phenomenal and he's untouchable. And then he goes, "Oh, imagine I'm called Lucy, not Luke." And he goes, "Oh, this is for you, Lucy." I'd be livid. I'd be like, "You cheeky bastard! How dare you fucking belittle my work because you're Harry fucking Styles from Cheshire? Your mum fucking put you up for the X Factor, and now you're big, Mr. Big Bollocks. You've got flipping however many albums, and you think you can fucking belittle me?
Jesus Christ.
Cheeky twat!" I'd be livid. Personally, I don't know how you'd feel if you're a female artist. You put your arse off. You've worked your arse off to get where you are. You get nominated for a Brit Award. Some big superstar
That's how it
wins.
works, though, isn't it? Like you always got to like.
No, but there was an opportunity. You're the biggest female artist, right? By quite a landslide. Compared to there's 3 others, but you're in a gender neutral category with a phenomenal male artist, right?
It's competition, isn't it? you're not always going to win it. It's not always going to give it away.
Mm.
You just got to take that and learn from it. What can I do better next year to get that award?
I suppose so. But again, music's always changing.
Yeah,
You might not get nominated next year. You might fall off.
It's down to you, innit?
You might be one album is fantastic, and then your next is crap. You can't release 2 albums in 2 years either, really.
It's up to you, innit? If you're really wanting to get that award, you're going to push yourself.
I suppose so.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a pretty successful first episode.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
That's all right.
No doubt you'll be on again soon, because
Oh,
I mean we can talk about loads. We can talk about
Yeah, I mean that was quite
very
there was a lot
music-y.
coming in. I mean it went a bit off topic, you know.
Yeah, no, it's cool though. I liked
Talking
it.
about the Top of the Pops.
Yeah,
we
we can talk more about Top of the Pops. We can talk about more. We haven't even spoke about. We're going to talk about our favourite Brit Awards moments, but we haven't even done that.
No.
Do you know what? We'll have a part 2 at some point.
Yeah, well,
I knew we'd waffle on about whatever.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole point of this exercise.
Yeah,
It's kind of like
Yeah.
and you know, it always flows. You know, I've always got something to say. So
Yeah.
you know.
All right, brilliant.
But
All right, cheers. Well, yeah, thank you very much for joining us on our first episode. Goodbye.
Bye.